Gentlemen, sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties. So, we are in France tonight. I know I've missed quite a few laps already, but we are finally here. So, we are 11 minutes left in qualifying, and at the moment, Filthy Ghost is P1 in the Red Bull. P2 is King Kong, another great qualifying session it looks like for King Kong. I do know he is a big fan of this track. He has actually won here twice, I believe, so he is a big fan of France. In third position, we have Black Panther in the Ferrari. I'm just going to try and find someone at the moment because I'm just standing here as Salty Stevens just goes P2 with a 130.167. Very close to Filthy Ghost. Let's go down to Hybrid, I believe, who is probably on a lap. Just going to get everything sorted out as well. Okay. As Hybrid is in Sector 2 now. Let's see what he can do. He is on a flying lap, so it'll be his first flying lap. Popscon was disqualified from the session. I'm not too sure what happened there, but Popscon will be starting 19th, unfortunately for him. There is movement in the pack as well. I think Energy Dan has just gone 5th in the Haas. There is a caution in Sector 3, but I don't think that is a problem. As Hybrid is now in Sector 3 as well. Let's hope no one gets in the way as he goes through the last couple corners before the pit straight. What can he do? As Hybrid now opens his DRS, his ERS is nearly all deployed, and Hybrid's going to set a 130.3, puts him P3, just ahead of King Kong. Let's go down to SR the Vicar, SFR the Vicar in the Williams. Let's see what he can do. He is in Sector 3 at the moment, but he does go into the pits. SR Racing, a Tier 3 driver. He had such a great lap in Tier 2 last week. I actually thought he was a Tier 2 driver until he beat me on the Wednesday at Silverstone. Very, very well deserved as well. But SR Racing, he is doing really well in Tier 2 as he is now on his flying lap. Again, you can lose so much time just in that first corner. It looked like he did pretty well, though. Just that first corner, you can lose 2 tenths just there. So, we're going to stick with SR Racing. He is down, but just a tiny bit. Did he go a bit wide there? But he does keep it on the track. He is still on a flying lap. He did not invalidate, so he is all good. What would his Sector 2 be? As he's going to cross Sector 2, and it's going to be a 50.7, which is, he's pretty much exactly the same time as he was. The top 5 are separated by about 2 tenths, so it's super, super close between the top 5. As Black Panther now goes P2 with a 130.165. The top 3 are separated by about second and third separated by 2,000 seconds, and SR Racing does come into the pits. Let's go down to Viva, who is not on the lap, I don't think. No, he is just, and Instant is also not on the lap. But Mr. Wiggles is in the Red Bull. I think Mr. Wiggles could be a new driver, to be honest. Not heard of Mr. Wiggles before, but I might be wrong. Currently P17th, but I'm sure he will be hoping to do a much better lap. He's already 2 seconds down on that time, so he will be moving up the grid surely. Hopefully that car did not get in the way of him. As now he is in sector 3. What can he do in his final sector? It looks like Filthy Ghost, Salty Stevens Hybrid and King Kong will all be just doing 2 qualifying laps. Mr. Wiggles now into the final corner. Down the pit straight. DRS is open. ERS nearly deployed. And he's going to be a 1:30.8. Puts in P7. Much better lap by Mr. Wiggles. I love the name as well. Let's go down to Gandalf, who's currently P13 in the Alfa Romeo. He's a 10th down on his time. I'm going to just go down to Viva as I think he is on a lap, but he's really struggling. 2/10 down on his time at the moment, and he's got 4 lap tyres. Is he just trying to get some practice in maybe? But we're going to go back up to Gandalf because he is coming down the straight. I think he's going to... Not sure he's going to improve here, to be honest. He does. He goes P9 with 1:30.9. He does improve and it puts him P9. As Merckx has just told me, there is 3 new drivers tonight. To my eyes, that does seem like Mr. Wiggles, SFR, Madge, and the Vicar. Because I don't think I've seen them people before. And it is a pleasure to welcome you tonight if you are listening to the stream. Currently, Mr. Wiggles is P7. SR Madge is P8. And the Vicar is currently P14. Let's go up to Energy Dan, who is just in Sector 2 now. His Sector 1 time was pretty much the same. This could be his last flying lap, because I'm not sure he's going to have a lap, then get back round, then get out again. So this could be Energy Dan's last lap. As we only have 4 minutes left. As Energy Dan does go a tiny bit quicker in Sector 2. He is still 3/10 down though on King Kong. So at the moment he will not be moving from P6. As Energy Dan now comes to the last couple final corners. Nice and tidy. So his DRS will be open. He's down the pit straight. And what is Energy Dan going to do? Is he going to go P5? Can he get into the... He does. He go P4 with a 1:30.2. It's a great lap from Energy Dan. Outstanding. He did a really good Sector 3 there. Let's go to one of the new people, Madge, who is a 2nd down, so he probably will be coming into the pits. So let's go to P Grit, who is 4/10 down on his time in Sector 1. So he's improving a lot. As Grit has unfortunately spun. Let's go down to Mr. Potwash then. He is not on the lap either, so I think that could be... Everyone else is on a out lap, so... as Madge has retired from the session, so the best he will finish is P8. Grit, I don't think will get another lap in either, so... we're just going to have to wait until someone crosses the line, because everyone is out on out laps. So at the moment... Filthy Ghost, he did this in his first flying lap. He is P1 with a 1:30.146. Closely, I would say very closely, by P2 and P3, who have set a 1:30.165 by Black Panther, and Saucy Stevens a 1:30.167. So super close from them people. Let's go down to Hybrid, who has actually started his flying lap. Energy Dan has retired from the session. So can Hybrid, King Kong or Wiggles get above Energy Dan now? Hybrid was 5/10 up, so I'm guessing he's probably doing another outlap. Doesn't seem like, yeah, he's definitely on another outlap, so we're going to stick with Mr. Wiggles just at the moment. I will just double check if anyone is closer. SR Racing is currently down on his time, so Instant actually going to be the next person to cross the line. He's 7/10 down, so he will be moving up the grid. He does go a bit wide though into that final corner. Instant down the pit straight. What is he going to do? He's going to be a 1:31.0, puts him P12. Who's next to cross the line? It's probably going to be Mr. Wiggles. Let's go to Mr. Wiggles, who is P7 at the moment. He is a 10th down on his time as well, so he is improving. Mr. Wiggles, he's not got much ERS left. That is the problem for Mr. Wiggles. He's down to 8%. So is he going to have enough down this pit straight, or is he going to lose a bit of time here? It's nice and tidy. Full throttle. His DRS is going to be wide open now. And Mr. Wiggles is going to get a 1:30.5. Puts him P7 still. He does improve. Black Panther, I think, possibly missed the time. I think he's missed the line. Filthy Ghost is 2/10 down on his time. But King Kong's going to be the next to cross the line. And King Kong is going to go P6. I think he must have invalidated at some point. Let's go back down to Filthy Ghost, who is going to go and probably get in the 129s. I reckon he does at 129.7. Unbelievable. It's a great, great lap. Hybrid now. How is he doing in Sector 3? There is a caution in Sector 3. Hopefully this doesn't affect Hybrid at all. Hybrid now round the last corner. Can he go past Energy Dan? Can he get to the front row of the grid? Let's wait and see. Hybrid now crosses the line, and it's going to be a 1:30.347. Really close, but he does not go past Energy Dan. And Salty Stevens now P2. He goes into the 129s, but he's a 10th down on Filthy Ghost. So Filthy Ghost will be, unless Viva can do anything here. Viva is going to be the last person to cross the line, and it's going to be a 1:30.8 or 6 or something, and he will finish P10. Not the greatest of qualifying for Viva, unfortunately, but still there is a race to come, and getting in the top 10, it's not a bad qualifying. So your qualified pole sitter is Filthy Ghost, a 1:29.7. Unbelievable. It's a great lap. Second is Salty Stevens. Look how close the two were separated in the end. Black Panther, I don't think he actually made the end. I don't think he actually got his flying lap in. I think he missed the checkered flag. Goes P3. P4 is Energy Dan. P5 is Hybrid. Then it is King Kong, Mr. Wiggles, Gandalf, WBA Brewdog, and rounding out the top 10 is F1 Viva. So as I did miss the start, I will go through the standings at the moment after round 3. So your championship leader at the moment is F1 Viva. Yep, so he has got 1 win and then 2 third places, it looks like. Second is Salty Stevens. So he has got a great chance to actually leap F1 Viva here because he's started P2 on the grid. Viva down in P10. Then UFRL Ghost. I think that's Filthy Ghost. Yeah, is P3, and he is starting on pole. So again, got a great chance to catch up on Viva. Fourth is Energy Dan, and rounding out the top 5 is King Kong, who has actually missed one race as well. So Viva will be hoping to get some positions on the start. As we are underway, so someone has started, unfortunately, and I think it will probably be a red flag, unfortunately. We'll have to wait and see. Guys, if you are listening, remember, you're not meant to start. Mrs. P or Mr. P will tell you. But Filthy Ghost has kept the lead, and Energy Dan is actually up to P2. Sultan Stevens down to P3, and King Kong is up to P4. Hybrid has actually gone right to the back, so he's had a spin with someone. Black Panther is down in P5 as well. We're going to wait and see what will happen, but let's just get the details up. See the tyre strategy. I don't think anyone's actually had time to do anything. So as King Kong is now hoping to get past Energy Dan here, we will wait and see if anything does happen. As Gandalf has retired from the session, this could be a safety car. Let's wait and see. No, just a caution in Sector 2, Sector 3, so I'm not too sure what's going on here. Salty Stevens has actually repassed Energy Dan for P2, but he's already 1.5 seconds down from Filthy Ghost. Filthy Ghost having a great start. The top 6 all on mediums. King Kong now trying to get past Energy Dan. Let's go to Brewdog, who's actually moved up about 3 or 4 positions here on the start. We have got someone coming into the pits on the first lap as well, as Filthy Ghost sets the new fastest lap, obviously, and he is 1.3 seconds, as Black Panther has DNF from the race. Just going to check what is going on. I haven't seen anything that it has got a red flag. So at the moment, we are... Yep, it is a red flag. So everyone, if you could leave the session and we will restart. So we've got 16 race drivers in the lobby at the moment. So we're just waiting for 3 more. Hopefully they will be shortly along. And then Mr. P and the group can get the grid redone. And then we should be able to get away. Remember, guys, if you are listening, do not ready up, because this just takes a long time to restart this. Remember, guys, they give us a time to ready up. People do get out their seats and it affects the whole race. So please do not ready up, because if it happens again, they probably won't do a red flag and it's going to affect people's races. So I think every driver is in now. So let's hope we have to just wait for, as Mr. Poem is telling everyone to start. So if Mr. Poem, please, if you can, ready up. So again, Filthy Ghost is looking really quick here. It's going to be a real big struggle for people to get past him or even get close to him, it looks like. But again, we'll have to wait and see, because a lot of drivers weren't ready in that first lap. Black Panther weren't ready. Hybrid was not ready. Gandalf wasn't even at his seat, so we have to wait and see what happens. But Filthy Ghost looks really quick. As Mr. Poem says, please, guys, a 3-minute break. They will tell you when to go. So when we do get away, do not ready up. Because if you ready up, Doug will kill you. So remember, guys, please get your setups underway and then sort your setups out. Remember as well, guys, you need to be on the same tyre as you started on in the last bit, because if you don't, I do have a picture of that, and the stewards will check that. So please, guys, make sure you are on the same tyre as you were before the red flag. As Mr. Pern said, that's not what I said, that's the PG version. Yeah, I don't think I could said the whole thing. I thought I'd PG the air for the stream. But again, yeah, Filthy Ghost, I think he's got a great chance here for the race win. Just from that qualifying pace. But I don't think, like I said, I know King Kong has really good pace around here. I know he's down in P6, but I wouldn't think him outside the box. Yeah, I think maybe P1's a bit too much for him, but definitely a podium. And then you've got the likes of Salty Stevens, who's going to give another really good shout to try and get that race win from Filthy Ghost. They're going to have a really good battle again, just like last week in Texas. That Red Bull team now is looking really strong because that new driver, Mr. Wiggles, P7 on his first race for UFRL, so really good. As you are aware, guys, there is no formation lap, so we will be going straight into the race. So once someone has readied up, but again, please do not ready up until either Jay Francis or Mr. P tells you to. But once we do get underway, we will be racing. So we will get away very, very shortly here for the French Grand Prix, I imagine. Who do you think's going to win tonight, guys? Then, if you could put in the chat, and let's see if anyone can get the right winner. Again, I think I'm going for a Filthy Ghost win. I think he's got too much pace just from that first lap. I think he's going to have a really good chance of winning tonight. But especially with France as well, you can pick up a lot of time penalties. It is really easy to go over track limits, so I think that could be a factor in tonight's winner as well. Because if there's a late safety car, it could all change. But again, I am going for a Filthy Ghost win. As we are about to get underway, we have 3 lights, we have 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are underway. Are we going? As we are kind of stuck, and we're underway, and there's a safety car for some weird reason. So, unfortunately, there is now a safety car, as I'm not too sure what's going on, because the safety cars, they're all going to have to drive around now from the safety car, I imagine. as everyone obviously just stays in their same positions. So I don't get this game sometimes, guys. I really don't get it. So your top 9 drivers, so from Filthy Ghost all the way down to Brewdog, are all on the mediums. And then Viva, he's going for a different strategy. With SFR Madge, they're both on the hards. P Grit is on the softs. VFX and Angry Badger are on the hards. Mr. Potwash and the Vicar are both on mediums. And SR Racing and Pops Kong are on the softs. As UFRL Merckx just says, this game, I know. Like, why does it just bring out a safety car? It's so odd. I don't get it. Hopefully it will just be in one more lap and then we will be underway, because surely everyone's close. No one's got any damage, so unless people on the softs do pit, but they'll catch up by the time. As Vitality says, lights went out early on the stream than on the driver's gameplay. Happened last time when safety car came out. Must just be a glitch. Yeah. As SFR Madge has actually pitted from the hards and he's gone on to a set of mediums. So he must have had damage possibly, or he's just going for a 2-stopper, 2 sets of mediums maybe. As now everyone does catch up to the safety car. And we will wait to see when this safety car will be in. Hopefully it will be this lap. Madge just needs to catch up, and then hopefully this lap we will be racing again. It's a shame though as well, because you have some great battles in them first laps, but this just kind of downplays it all, unfortunately. As Madge is just catching up to the back of the field. He's only 4 seconds behind, so surely soon the safety car must say it's in this lap. As Madge has caught up now, so let's hope we will be racing again after this lap. It looks like we're going to be going around again, unfortunately, guys. Yeah, we will be going around again. So, the likes of people like Black Panther and Gandalf will be really happy, because they've actually gone through 2 laps now and not DNF, so I know it wasn't their fault. Gandalf wasn't even in his seat when it started, but we're just going to have to wait and see when. The problem is the people on them softs now are really affected by it, because their tyres just getting worse and worse. The people this does help is actually probably the people on the hards. It won't affect their tyres too much being behind the safety car, but so as we go round again. as the safety car will be in this lap. So we will be back racing in a short while. As there's been a crash at the back of the field, and King Kong, I'm not too sure what's happened here. King Kong is now at the back of the field. And there's only 18 drivers now. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but unfortunately for King Kong, he is now at the back of the field. I'm not too sure, as we're going to be racing very shortly here. There's damage to someone, so I'm not too sure. So when will Filthy Ghost go? He's going to go late. He's going to go very late. He's gone. And you tell you what, Black Panther's had a really good start, and he's right behind Salty Stevens here. As Wiggles has come into the pit, so he must have crashed into the back of King Kong, it looks like. But Black Panther still fighting with Filthy Ghost, but Salty Stevens now fighting with Filthy Ghost. The three of them really close together. Hybrid is catching Energy Dan, it looks like, as well. Some great battling here. As let's go down to the field, as Viva is now up to 8th position and is catching Brewdog, it looks like. But Brewdog's catching Gandalf. Will Brewdog have a chance here to go down the straight? Looks like he will. He's got the inside position, but Gandalf's got better speed. SR Racing's taken Mr. Potwash for 11th, and someone's gone really slow. Hybrid is really slow, and he's moving down the pack. Black Panther is ahead of Salty Stevens. Black Panther now up to P2. Black Panther had a really good start here on them mediums. He looks like the quicker driver out of the three of them. These three separated by about 6 tenths. They're losing Energy Dan here. Energy Dan already 9 tenths behind. Still in the DRS zone, but they are kind of starting to get a gap. Energy Dan now has got Brewdog. Brewdog, sorry, and Gandalf are fighting for 5th, 6th, and 7th. As Viva has now gone up to 6th. He's taken Gandalf 4, 6, and will be trying to get past Brewdog now. Let's go back up to Salty Stevens, though, who will really wants to try and get P2 back. As there is a caution in Sector 1, and it looks like Gandalf has spun, unfortunately for him. He's now down in P14. As Black Panther is going for the lead. Has he got the inside lane? Filthy Ghost just about has the position. Black Panther will be trying to get the better exit. He does. Can Filthy Ghost keep him behind? I don't think he can. And Black Panther, I think, is about to take the lead here of the French Grand Prix. He does. Black Panther is up to the lead, but they're still side by side here. I think he's going to have to yield, isn't he, Ghost? Surely. Yeah. Black Panther. Unbelievable driving from Black Panther here. He's taken 2 positions and he's up to P1. As these two are really close here. Filthy Ghost will be trying to get this, as DRS is enabled now, so Black Panther's got a real big problem here down the next straight. It looks like Pops Kong has left the session. I will just invite him back, people, as I have got him as a friend. Just 2 seconds. Okay. We're going to stick with these 3 just at the moment, because let's see if anyone's got a chance, as Mr. Wiggles does set the quickest lap on them new softs. Filthy Ghost now getting close to Black Panther. They're side by side. They nearly touch. As Viva and Hybrid are fighting for 6th and 7th. Who's going to take the lead into this next part? Hybrid does take the position. Let's just go down to 13th, 14th as King Kong now trying to get past Madge for 13th place. Just saw a bit of damage come off. I'm not too sure where that was from. Saw a bit of flying up there. Let's go back up to Mr. Potwash, who is nearly crashed into the back of Grit there. He's going to have a great exit. Let's go back to the front, though, because Filthy Ghost is still right behind Black Panther here. These three are separated by about half a second. It's some great driving by the three. We're just going to stick with these at the moment because I think Salty Stevens had a better exit there. He's got a great chance now to get past Filthy Ghost down this straight. Mr. Wiggle sets a new fastest lap. He'll be kicking himself with that damage he got with King Kong. As Filthy Ghost does retake the position, but he went a bit wide. Is this going to give a chance Black Panther to get past him down this straight? He's going to have to go really defensive here. Salty Stevens really trying to get involved in this. These three are separated by about 3/10. This is crazy driving. There's nothing separating the three. They've got a 3-second lead now on Energy Dan. So these three are flying. Even though they're fighting each other, they are flying at the moment. We're just going to go down to Viva, who's still fighting with Hybrid for P6. Let's see if Viva's got a chance here to get past Hybrid. We're going to have to go back up to the front, though, as they're about to go down the straight again. Can Filthy Ghost keep this position? I don't think he's going to be able to. He's going to really struggle with them two with the DRS. The problem with this, if you're a P1, you can lose 2 positions here easily. As Black Panther does go out and he looks like he's going to retake the lead. He does. So Black Panther back up to P1. Salty Stevens just sitting in P3 at the moment. But again, these three separated by about half a second still. As that we have our first, I think, 3-second penalty, because I think the others were 5 seconds. Yes, we have 2 5 seconds for the Warner's yellow flag safety car. But we have our first 3 seconds for track limits. Like I said before the race started, I said this was going to be a big, big factor. Salty Stevens now is actually catching Filthy Ghost, and Filthy Ghost just tiny bit losing to the back end of Black Panther here. As we're just going to go down to Viva, who is still fighting with Hybrid for 6th position. As Gandalf has taken VFX for 12th. But let's go back to the front because... Oh! Filthy Ghost has actually lost it and he's going to lose this position to Salty Stevens at P2. Surely. He lost the back end. He's going to have DRS. So is he going to have enough speed? Salty Stevens can't get him. He's not got the straight line speed today, Salty Stevens. Filthy Ghost there just about keeps the position. He nearly spun there. Just saw it at the back end. Just before going down that straight, he just nearly lost it. But these three now 4 seconds ahead of Energy Dan. Energy Dan though having a great lap in a great race, sorry, in P4. He's extending his lead from Brewdog, and he's got a really big gap to the people behind him. So I'm sure his tyres are better than these three at the moment, because these three are really fighting tooth and nail for this lead. So as Salty Stevens just losing the back end of Filthy Ghost there a bit. Filthy Ghost really close to Black Panther again. Let's go to Black Panther and Filthy Ghost, because Filthy Ghost here only 2 tenths behind. Again, there's not even a second separating these three. Filthy Ghost though goes wide again, and he nearly loses it again. He's really struggling at that part. Can Salty Stevens get him here? No, the three of them just still stay behind each other. We're going to go to King Kong though, who's catching the Vicar. Has he got a chance here to get past? He's going to have a go. He's got the inside line. The Vicar brakes really late, and he has lost the position. King Kong now up to P10. Him and SFR Madge are doing really well together. Now up to 9th and 10th. Let's go to the top three though still, because Filthy Ghost catching Black Panther again. He just needs to have a really good turn where he's having a bit of struggle at the moment, and he will regain pole. Sorry, regain the lead, but Black Panther defending really well. Who's going to try the undertake though? Because surely that's going to be a big factor. The undercut is going to be a massive factor here. Salty Stevens has got a great chance though to go to P2. These three, they must be sweating, because this is ridiculous. They haven't left each other's side the whole race so far. Surely someone tries the undercut here. Surely someone does. If I was Salty Stevens, you've got to be thinking that in the next lap or two. We're just going to go back down to the bottom of the race though, because SR Racing is catching P Grits here for 17th, 18th. I know it's only for 17th, 18th, but they have already pitted. So as the top can't really overtake in that part, I thought I'd watch, just see if SR Racing is able to do anything. He's going to have DRS here, so he's got a good chance. Oh, they nearly collide, but SR Racing does take it, and he is now up to P17. We're going to go back to the front, I should say. Filthy Ghost. Black Panther still leads Filthy Ghost, and Salty Stevens P3. As Mr. Poem says, big shout out. We have 2 guys over the age of 60 years old tonight, so that is really, really good to see. As Filthy Ghost nearly loses it again. Has Salty Stevens got the power though? That's the question. Let's wait and see. He's going to have a chance here. Really good chance. Salty Stevens does take P2 now. And he does take second. Filthy Ghost has lost out. He just kept on losing out on that corner, unfortunately for him. And now Salty Stevens is up to P2. And we'll be looking to get past Black Panther now. We're going to go to Brewdog, who's actually started to catch Energy Dan here for P4. He's nearly in the DRS zone. As P Grit has actually retaken 17th from SR Racing, and Brewdog has actually pitted from P5, so he is the first to flinch, and he will be going onto a set of hards. Surely, I want to know. Surely these three, one of them's got to pit before the other. They can't all three come in at once. I'm really shocked that none of them have come in. But we'll wait and see. These three are just racing really well at the moment. Salty Stevenson's got a great chance to take the lead, though. He's got a really good chance. Got the slipstream, and he's going to take P1. Salty Stevens has taken the lead of the French Grand Prix. 2 laps, 2 overtakes, and now leads. Really good racing from all Salty Stevens. But can Black Panther fight back to retake P1? Black Panther and Salty Stevens side by side here. And Black Panther has actually retaken the lead. Black Panther, where you don't think people can overtake, he's actually done it and he's retaken the lead. Who's going to flinch? Is any of them going to flinch here? Who's coming into the pits? Does anyone? No, they all stay out still. Are they going for a set of mediums to softs? That's the question. How are the tyres feeling? The Vicar is catching King Hot Kong here for P8. The Madge and Mr. Potwash are also fighting. Sorry, Mr. Potwash is actually coming to the pits. The King Kong is also in the pits, and so is the Vicar. So let's go back up to the front, though, because Salty Stevens just went a bit wide there. Hopefully he didn't get a track limit for that. He looked like he just about stayed on the track, so hopefully. But Salty Stevens, again, he's going to have DRS. Not too sure on the ERS, but he's got a really good chance to retake the lead again. He has the slipstream, but he hasn't got enough room. He will be staying behind Black Panther here. Filthy Ghost really trying just to get past Salty Stevens here. These three are flying. There's 9 seconds ahead of Energy Dan now. Pops Kong has done 13 laps on a set of softs as well. That's really impressive. Currently in P12. His tyres must feel awful. These three are crazy close. As Black Panther has come into the pits, and so has Filthy Ghost. So no one has tried the undercut. There's 2 drivers. The only person who stayed out is Salty Stevens. Is he trying the overcut? Is he trying to go for a set of mediums to softs? That's the only thing I can think of. As Energy Dan stays out as well, and he will go up to P2. So the Black Panther and Filthy Ghost have got Madge, Hybrid, and Energy Dan in the way of them. Again, they've got a bit of gap between that and... let's go down to F1 Viva, though, who is about to take P9 from VFX. Pops Kong, it's a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Does Salty Stevens come into the pit? That is the question. Or do people think he's going for a set of medium then to softs? He's got to get to lap 17, 18 before doing that, though. Surely. Just trying to fly in the closest battle at the moment. It's probably King Kong in 12th, who was catching Mr. Potwash here. Kong is only 4 tenths now behind Mr. Potwash for 11th position. Again, it was a shame about him and Mr. Wiggles at the start. Salty Stevens and Energy Dan and Hybrid all stay out, so they must be going for a medium to softs. That's the only thing I can think of now, surely. Has King Kong got a chance here to get past Mr. Potwash? He's going to have a chance. He goes the long way round. They're going to be side by side here. Who breaks later? King Kong does, and he does take the position. But Mr. Potwash has got a good chance to retake him down this straight. King Kong's got to have a really good few corners here. As King Kong picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. We're going to go up to Filthy Ghost, though, who's catching Black Panther once more. We're going to go back to these two, though, because Potwash, King Kong, they're side by side. And I think Potwash is actually taken the position back from King Kong. But has King Kong got a chance to retake the position here? We've seen it with Black Panther. He retook the position from Salty Stevens. Can King Kong do a similar thing? These two racing really well here. 4th, 10th and 9th. But we're going to go to Filthy Ghost, who's again catching Black Panther. Black Panther and Hybrid has actually pitted. So these two now they're at 6 to 7 seconds behind Energy Dan and 11 seconds behind Salty Stevens. As Doug has who's going to pit first? I guess this was with the top 3, but they both pitted at once, and he went and then he says Pop's still going on this set of softs. What a legend. Yeah, currently down in P17, unfortunately for him, and does have a few penalties. As Black Panther has actually lost out to Filthy Ghost. Filthy Ghost now up to P3. He does finally get past Black Panther. And he is supporting Mr. Potwash. But I think he's got a chance to lose now. But they are catching Hybrid. But Hybrid has obviously pitted for a new set of softs, so he will be seriously quick. King Kong and Mr. Potwash, they do leave each other room. They're side by side, but I think Mr. Potwash does keep that lead. Gandalf here catching Brewdog, but I'm pretty sure Brewdog probably just overtook, as Salty Stevens and SFR Energy and both pit. I'm guessing they're both going for a set of softs. So how far will Salty Stevens be behind these two now? As they come out to the pit, he's going to be about 4 seconds, I reckon. Let's wait and see. It says 2 at the moment. Energy Dance. Someone's sitting in the pits. I'm not too sure why. But Energy Dan must have had a 5-second penalty because he's come out a lot further behind than what I thought he was going to. Salty Stevens is 6.6 seconds behind these two now. Black Panther, can he retake P1 from Filthy Ghost? He does. Black Panther, he's back in the lead. No one can get a second gap. They're just surely next lap Filthy Ghost will just retake that lead. But look how close it is. You can't separate the two. It's just crazy. Let's wait and see what Salty Stevens can do. He's obviously going to be seriously quick on them softs. But how long will they last? How long will they last? We're going to go down to 7th, 8th and 9th because these three really close together at the moment. So surely Hybrid and Energy Dan will start catching the pack of Viva. I think Hybrid actually caught up to the back of Viva. He has, so let's wait and see if he's going to have a chance down this next straight. But we are going to go up to the top twos just quickly because Filthy Ghost, guess what? He's retaken the lead again. So what do you think, guys? What do you think is going to happen next lap? Do you think Black Panther's going to retake the lead? But Filthy Ghost now back up to P1. Salty Stevens picks up a 3-second time, but not even multiple warnings. That's not good. And Hybrid goes up to P5. He's taken Viva down the straight. And he is now up to P5. King Kong, he's got past Potwash. Potwash, he's got a chance, though, to retake this down this straight. But he will just stay behind. And King Kong now up to P8. Viva just staying on the back of Hybrid here. Hoping that maybe Hybrid makes a mistake or something. We're just going to look at the penalty situation. So, Salty Stevens, Hybrid, King Kong and Angry Badger all have 3 seconds. And Pops Kong has 8. So, not as many penalties as I thought there'd be at this time, but we're going to go back up to the front, though, because these two, they're not separated by much again. And I think Black Panther's going to retake the lead. He will. He's only 3 tenths behind. He's going to get DRS. And he will retake the lead of this Grand Prix. There's nothing Filthy Ghost can do about it. Salty Stevens now only 4.7 seconds behind these two. But again, has that 3-second time penalty. Energy Dan now catching to the back of F1 Viva. And Energy Dan is now up to P6. Can these two catch Brewdog? Brewdog 11 seconds behind the top 3. This race might literally come down to who gets the last overtake down that straight. Filthy Ghost, though, just had a bit of a wobble there, he did. Just a tiny bit, but he's still, again, right behind Black Panther here. But as Salty Stevens now sets the fastest lap with a 1:32.8. He's only 3.9 seconds now behind. F1 Viva's come into the pits, and he's got a 5-second time penalty. He must have got damage because he's come into the pits. Didn't need to, so he must have got damage, unfortunately for him. Hybrid's catching to the back of Brewdog as well really quickly. Filthy Ghost, though, got a bit of a gap here. I don't know if he's actually going to have enough time to get pot. I think he is actually there, side by side. But he goes wide. This is surely going to have a good chance for Black Panther to retake him down this straight. They're now side by side. Salty Stevens is only 3 seconds behind these two now. Who's going to... They're side by side still going in this next part. They nearly touch. They're still side by side. So surely someone's got to yield. Filthy Ghost does take the lead. But he goes wide and Black Panther will take that position back. Great driving. Wow. They were side by side for about 4 or 5 corners. So as Filthy Ghost and Black Panther go for a nut. As Filthy Ghost picks up a 3-second time penalty. So at the moment, Black Panther, he's got a really good chance of winning this. But Salty Stevens now only 1.8. I say that again, 1.8 seconds behind these two. Filthy Ghost is going to have a great chance to retake this lead. But again, he's got a 3-second time penalty now. So that's really going to affect him for this race win. There's not much doubt about it. These three will be finishing on the podium unless they get any damage. But who is going to win this race tonight? I couldn't call it. At the moment, Black Panther's surely in the front running, but who knows how many warnings he has? That's the question. As in a big crash, Hybrid has crashed and he has got major damage, and there is a full course safety car. So who comes into the pits? Is everyone coming in the pits? That is the question. Surely a lot of people right now will be coming into the pits. This does not help Viva. Viva has had an absolute stinker here, unfortunately for him. As Brewdog, I guess, will pit as well, as a lot of people will. Does Energy Dan risk it though? Does he just go, look, I'm on 4 lap softs. Do I just risk trying to stay on these new... No, Energy Dan stays out. But Brewdog, I think he stayed out. Brewdog is stayed out, but he is invisible, unfortunately for him. I'm not too sure what's going on with him. So, unfortunately for Brewdog, I think he is left the session. And he's going to be on 10 lap hards. And he's going to get swamped by everyone. Gandalf has actually stayed out on 5 lap softs. As P Grip picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Again, this really helps the likes of Black Panther. What I just said of these three will definitely finish on the podium, it actually probably won't. I'm surprised it was actually a safety car because no one DNFs. I thought it would probably be a virtual. But for the likes of Salty Stevens and Filthy Ghost, they might actually not finish on the podium. Because I reckon there'd probably be another lap of safety car. I don't think it'll be in this lap. But at the moment, Filthy Ghost is our race leader. Then P2 is Black Panther. P3, really unfortunate, but it is Brewdog. I'm not too sure if he left the session, but he did not come into the pits, so he is on 10 lap hards. I would not want to be Brewdog right now. P4 is Salty Stevens. 5th on 5 lap softs is Gandalf. He's going to really struggle, I think, by the end. 6th is Energy Dan. 7th is King Kong. 8th is Mr. Potwash. 9th is Madge. And 10th is Hybrid. The safety car will be out for another lap. This does not help Filthy Ghost, Brewdog, Filthy Ghost, Salty Stevens, King Kong, Hybrid, Pops Kong, Angry Badger, or Pigrit at all. As Pop Kong's actually pitted, so he will be going to a new set of softs, which is very clever of him. Brewdog couldn't really do anything, neither could Gandalf. They had to stay out, otherwise they just go right to the back. SR Racing is still 11 seconds behind this lot. Too sure what's happening at the back. But surely the safety car will be in this lap. But then again, Pops Kong is 21 seconds, but they will catch up really quickly. So we might have, I think we're going to have one lap of DRS. So it'd be really interesting to see if anyone's able to do anything without DRS. DRS has been a big, big thing tonight. It's made overtaking pretty easy down that straight. But yeah, I think we're going to have one lap of DRS if the safety car is in this lap, which surely it will be. The safety car is in this lap. I can confirm the safety car will be in this lap. So Filthy Ghost just holding up the pack now. Salty Stevens has got to get past Brewdog as quickly as possible. I think we're going to stick with Salty Stevens because he's going to be fighting tooth and nail to get past Brewdog as quickly as possible. As they are underway. Brewdog doesn't have the greatest of starts. Can Salty Stevens get him down into turn one? Black Panther actually locked up a tiny bit there, it looked like. Salty Stevens goes a bit wide and he has a better exit. He has to stay behind Brewdog, it looks like, just for this corner. There is a 3-second penalty for Energy Dan as well. These three. Look at them. 5 people fighting. And there's a contact between 5 of them. I'm not too sure what happened there, but there was contact between a lot of them. King Kong now getting attacked by Mr. Potwash. There's about 7 cars here down this straight. Who's going to break the latest? There's going to be 3 into the corner. This is going to cause damage, surely. There's no contact. Unbelievably, there is no contact. Let's go up to Energy Dan, who's actually just taken Brewdog for 4th. This Black Panther still fighting with Filthy Ghost for P1. Black Panther surely has got a really good chance here for the win. Can Brewdog do anything to stay anywhere near the top 5? Filthy Ghost sets a new fastest lap of 1:32.2. But Black Panther, he must have set it pretty much exactly the same because there's 3 tenths separating these two. As SFR Madge has actually pitted and Mr. Potwash picks him a 3-second time penalty. Look at all these time penalties now. Everyone really fighting and they're actually going to be affected by this. Viva's got a really good chance to move up about 6 or 7 places here if he just does not get any penalties. Black Panther, he has no DRS, but can he get past Filthy Ghost here? Surely he just plays it sensibly. He does not need to attack. King Kong has actually taken Brewdog for P5. I feel really sorry for Brewdog here because I think he's just going to get absolutely swallowed by everyone. Just like Doug said, Brewdog is going to get swallowed and spit out. As Black Panther now still right on the back of Filthy Ghost. The only thing that's going to save Filthy Ghost to get a race win is Black Panther picking another time penalty, but it doesn't look like it. We're going to be on the last lap in a second. DRS is going to be enabled as well, I believe. King Kong catching up to the back of Energy Dan as well for 4th. DRS is now enabled as there is a caution in sector 3. We're going to go to the front though, because can Black Panther actually win it on the track? We're going to go down to Hybrid quickly though, because Hybrid now fighting with Brewdog for 6th. Again, Hybrid does push. He pushes Brewdog a bit wide there, it seemed like. Oh, but we're going to go back up to P1 and 2 because Black Panther's going to have DRS. He's going to have a chance. And I think he's got him. No. Filthy Ghost does stay in the lead. So Black Panther still in P2. King Kong goes up to P4. He's taken the lead from Energy Dan. Brewdog now down in P8. Can he keep Mr. Potwash and Wiggles behind? They're all trying to get past WBA Brewdog here. But again, Brewdog, he doesn't have any penalties. He just needs to keep as close to these guys as possible. Black Panther, I'm sorry guys, I missed it. Black Panther does take the lead. He has taken the lead from Filthy Ghost. As there's nearly contact there between the two. They're around the last corner. Black Panther down the straight. ERS is going to be just enabled now. And he is going to win the French Grand Prix. Unbelievably, he has won the French Grand Prix. Really good racing from the three of them. Black Panther, Filthy Ghost and Saul Stevens. Unbelievable. King Kong does take P4. P5 is gone to Energy Dan. P6 is Viva. 7th is Brewdog. Did really well to actually come P7th. Didn't get any penalties, which helped. But Brewdog on 15 lap hards compared to 5 lap softs. Did really good just to lose 3 places there. 8th is Hybrid. So like I said, these 3 were going to be on the podium. I said that about 10 laps to go. There was no doubt about it. And these 3 do finish on the podium. But it was a lot more interesting in the end. But your race winner, he actually won out on track. But he didn't get any time penalties. But he's a well-deserved winner tonight. And it is Black Panther. He has won for the Ferrari. Great driving by the 3 of them. It was a really enjoyable watch, but Black Panther has come out on top. He started 3rd, and he finishes P1. P2 is your pole sitter, Filthy Ghost. He did get a free-second penalty, but he lost out on track as well. But unbelievable racing by the pair of them. And then for the 3rd is Salty Stevens in the Mercedes. Them 3 just fought every lap. I don't think there was a lap where they didn't have a fight. P4 is King Kong. Did really well to get back up to P4 because he was down in last position after that first safety car. P5 is Energy Dan. 6th, good points for Viva in the end. 7th is Brewdog. 8th is Hybrid. 9th is The Vicar. And 10th is SR Racing, a tier 3 driver. And he finishes P10. Finishes in the top 10. But again, some of the best racing I've seen this season, guys. Especially the top 3. Couldn't really keep your eyes off it. I tried to go watch other people, but every time I did, you 3 did something to make it more interesting. I think the whole race, well, for a lot of the race, you guys were separated by a second. So, massive shout out, but a big win for Black Panther in the end. Very well deserved. And one of the drivers of the day, I reckon. So, yeah. I'm not too sure what happens with the standings now. Obviously, the top 3 have all caught up to Viva. But it's not the worst day for Viva. He finishes P6, so some good points. I'm not sure what Viva thinks of this track as well. So, was never in contention for the race win for today, unfortunately for him. But again, P6, not too bad, not too bad. But well done, Tier 2. Great race as always. You've been watching UFRL. I am Sainsy93. And I will see you next time. Good night.